You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
Good morning and welcome to Matt Nair on Air. Jane Matt Nair, Greg Bach, and Calvin Butenoff coming to you live from our studio here at Radio Park in Racine. You can always join us. You can call or text. The number is the same at 855-752-4842. You can also leave a comment if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and what used to be Twitter. Just a reminder, our multi-state text to win green and gold contest is underway.
Mm-hmm.
Our keyword expired at 10 o'clock.
Yes, it did.
So the contest has changed a little bit since its last iteration.
Yeah.
You used to be able to text the word in throughout the entire show. Now it's just 1 hour, but you have more opportunities to enter.
Yes, you do.
So your next chance, your next keyword will be coming up with Tom Hartman in the 11 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
And then in the 1 o'clock hour, a different keyword with Todd Alba from 3 to 4. Same with Maggie Dawn from 5 to 6. And Pete Schwaba, Nightlight, on the action this time around in the 7 o'clock hour. So you want to be listening all day long for those keywords. You can enter every show. You got 7 opportunities to enter this contest.
Yeah.
The daily prize, $200 in cash and gold jewelry. And then the grand prize, 2 club-level indoor seats. Important caveat there.
Yes.
November 23rd, when Green Bay takes on Minnesota, the game is at noon, and it includes a gas card to get you to and from the game. Our multi-state text to win, go for the green and gold contest is underway. Stick around for Tom Hartman. He'll have the next word for you coming up at 11 o'clock. Must have got our signals crossed with David Drake from UW-Madison Forest and Wildlife Ecology. We will try to get him back on in the next week or so. We were talking before the break with Pat Kreutlow about Tom Homan.
Yeah.
Our boater czar. Apparently got in a little trouble, but of course now it's disappeared because he's part of the Trump administration. Tom Homan, the border czar, reportedly caught on camera accepting $50,000 in cash from 2 FBI agents posing as businessmen who gave him this money, again, allegedly, to ensure that they would get some deals done during a second Trump administration.
When did this happen? Like, when was the actual the drop made?
When was the drop?
Because this had to be during the Biden administration then.
Yes, I believe so. Because
there's no way Kash Patel would have had this done.
No.
Yeah. So
And now they have killed this investigation. September of last year.
Okay. Yeah.
As part of an FBI undercover operation, after the FBI was given a tip that Homan was taking kickbacks in exchange for helping companies get another government contract under a second Trump term. Caroline Leavitt, White House spokesperson, says Mr. Homan never took the $50,000 that you're referring to, so you should get your facts straight. Number one.
Of course.
Homan himself says, quote, "Look, I did nothing criminal. I did nothing illegal. It's hit piece after hit piece after hit piece. And I'm glad the FBI and DOJ came out and said, that nothing illegal happened, no criminal activity." Well, because we pretty much made white-collar crime legal.
Mm-hmm.
Democrats are calling for the release of these tapes. If you didn't take the money, then let's see the tape.
Isn't
that the easiest way to prove your innocence?
They're not giving us the Epstein file, so let's start small. Let's start with these tapes first. Of course. And, Caroline Leavitt is just so infuriating, so condescending, so about the message. And it'll be interesting if and when she leaves, because she'll eventually leave, what her attitude will become then. Because you've seen a lot of people turn their minds on him once they leave office.
Once they get out.
Once they get out of the Trump distortion field. But it's just, you got to get your facts straight. I know why the media, why people in that room don't do it. That's why I wish I could be there for one day with,
because you'd never get another question.
I'd never get another question. I would just be like, no, I need you to answer that truth. I would just be the most insanely rude person. I'll admit that, because the way she speaks to people on these matters is so insulting,
it is
unprofessional, and there's videotape showing. And of course, now we live in an age, and I've talked about this before, when you show the supporters video, play them audio, first thing out of their mouth is always, that's AI. It's fake. It's AI.
It's generated.
And it is all the excuse they need to walk away from the argument.
Not real.
Not real.
It's fake. It's fake.
No. But again, the double standard, because I just think about anybody else doing something of 1/100th the value on the Democratic side, and it would be a nuclear news bomb.
Absolutely. Troy from Mount Horeb texted in, under Trump, Holman gets off. Under President Biden, Bob Menendez gets 11 years.
Yes.
That's
and his wife.
Really? And his wife.
And his wife goes to jail.
She just got sentenced too the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Bob Menendez, in case you've forgotten, Gold Bar Bob, as we called him, was a Democrat who, had gold bars and stacks of cash stuffed all over his house. And it turned out he was working on behalf of a foreign government.
Yeah.
And
Turkey.
Getting paid
I think it was Turkey.
pretty handsomely.
Yeah.
And Biden didn't pardon him.
No.
He's in prison.
And the Democrats called for him to step down. The other, I mean, I can say a lot about Cory Booker, especially lately, but Cory Booker, within the first few days, said Senator Menendez, now former senator, must step down. There is accountability that still exists here. But the fact is that there's no consequences.
No.
None whatsoever. And I will bring the point up again and again and again. A lot lately, we do not see people calling and texting in defending these points because there's really nothing to defend. Tell me how getting rid of Jimmy Kimmel was not an infringement of the government on private business, on one artist saying what he wants to say under a free country with a constitution where the number one thing is freedom of speech. Tell me how Tom Homan on tape, at the very least, I'm not even saying throw him in jail right now. I'm saying do an investigation and find out what happened and then let the consequences fall, even though there would be any. They could even do again, from a political matter, do a, quote, investigation and then come out and say.
There was nothing to see here.
We're seeing it slowly, like 6 months ago, Epstein was the only thing that mattered to some of these individuals. Kash Patel, the FBI director, was one of those guys who said, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to release all the files.
Right.
And now he's saying, well, we don't know. It may have just been for his own entertainment. We don't have proof that Jeffrey Epstein did anything other than get these individuals for himself. I mean, come on, please. At what point does it break for you? At what point can you just gather the courage to say, you know what? This, as Will Westmoreland said, don't tell me you were wrong. Tell me you were lied to. Because that's what they're doing to all of us. Only some of us can say, like, that's a lot. Tylenol? Really? But some people, and I saw it on social media, defending this statement yesterday from the Trump administration on Tylenol because I don't know what it is. Apparently autism is one of their white whales they want to cure. So therefore, if Tylenol's the thing, it's got to be Tylenol, Jane. It can't be. I mean, vaccines and Tylenol, that's what causes autism. It makes no sense to me. And people don't call to defend it because they can't.
Prosecutors, we're talking about Tom Homan.
Yeah.
Borders are. Tough guy. Allegedly caught on camera taking $50,000 in cash in a fast food bag from two undercover FBI agents posing as business guys who wanted to ensure that they would get some sweet deals under a second Trump administration. Prosecutors working the case decided to wait until Homan began working in the Trump administration before considering charges. But then, of course, once Trump got in, they dropped it.
Mm-hmm.
He never addressed whether or not he took the money, Tom Homan. Homan did talk about his finances, talking about all the sacrifices he's made to return to work for the government. And he also has started now this habit of referring to himself in the third person.
Gross.
Tom Homan isn't going anywhere, says Tom Homan. I don't get the whole, even when Donald Trump does it, I don't get the whole referring to yourself in the third person. That seems very odd.
That seems like a great topic to discuss at therapy, but they won't ever go. And the other thing, too, this whole sacrifice thing, there are people out there who used to sacrifice their their opportunities, not sacrifice, I'll say this, put them on hold. Because when you leave public life, especially at a level of the federal government with such, with cameras on you almost all the time, you can parlay that into a good post.
Oh, you go out and make speeches.
You make
for the
speeches.
rest. You write a book.
Write a book, become a pundit. And honestly, do your thing. I don't care about that really, unless you're writing a book and saying how Tylenol causes autism. But it's this thing of like they want us to believe that serving in public life now is such a sacrifice. You're still making money. You're not divesting. You're not going to blind trust. You're not stopping your businesses or handing them over to someone else. You're still making, and you're making money off of the government for it.
But the people who are complaining about all their sacrifices are the same ones who imply that federal workers are lazy and don't do anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they are sacrificing. Their life is so hard.
Yeah.
But the regular workers, they're all lazy moochers.
Yes, exactly.
But not me.
That's why we got to get rid of them.
But not me.
Until we need them again.
Yeah. After we discovered that all the people Doge fired had all the passwords and knew all the code. And
This is just, honestly, folks, this is just a venting, I feel like, for Jane and I, because we talk about this stuff a lot off air. Because this doesn't always hook to Wisconsin, but honestly, at the center of this discussion, it does. It does. And I'll crescendo with this. myvote.wi.gov. You want to know who represents you? Go to that website. Put in your information. It will tell you everyone who represents you, from
and
president
give you phone numbers
to dog catcher. It'll give you phone numbers, addresses, email addresses. Contact them. Call them. Be nice and respectful, but talk to them. And we have an election coming up, a midterm election coming up in a little over a year. And by golly, by gosh, by hell or high water pants, we'll still have an election, hopefully. And we can make our voices be heard, because that's how you do it. And I'm hoping by this time next year, some of those folks who I get into fights with on social media, I know I don't learn, will start to say, you know what, this isn't worth it, because I'm not getting richer. I'm not getting great again. My groceries are still expensive. My kids' school is still expensive. My car payments are still expensive.
Energy costs.
Oh my God.
So many other things.
Oh.
So many, many other things. And I do want to say also, I think that public pressure works.
Yes, it does.
Jimmy Kimmel is coming back tonight.
Yes, it does.
He is coming back tonight. That didn't happen out of nothing. That happened because of public reaction and public comment and public pressure.
And you brought it up with Pat, and I think it's important when they want to steer the conversation towards freedom of speech, respect for the dead, all those squirrels. Remember, it's businesses trying to business because they need the favor and fealty of the government. Whether it's Sinclair, Nexstar, Disney, also in the same boat. I mean, all of them. That's what, follow the money.
Yes, it's always about the money. All right, when we return, what is going on with our ducks?
Quack, quack.
That's all on the way. Stay close. You are listening to Matt Nair on Air. This is the Civic Media Radio Network. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Good morning. Welcome back to Matt Nair on Air. Jane Matt Nair, Greg Bach, the Board Lord, coming to you live from our studio here at Radio Park in Racine, where you can always join us. Call or text at 855-752-4842. You can also leave a comment if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and what used to be Twitter. Coming up after the 10:30 news, the segment that we call Audio Sorbet, we like to get away from the news, take a little breath, take a little break. You could say that we
clean your ears with fun.
Yes. Audio Sorbet today. Solly's.
Yeah.
Solly's is closing.
Mm-hmm.
In Glendale. Been there forever.
From what I understand, the original creator of the Butterburger, but that might be controversial. I'm sorry,
Glenn Fever. Glenn Fever.
Oh, I think he said Glenn Fever. I'm like, well, I got Glenn Fever right now, you know.
Glenn Fever owns Solly's Grill. He's been the host at the 89-year-old restaurant. We're going to talk memories of Solly's and Best Burgers. That is coming up after 10:30. And then we'll wrap up the show, as we always do, with This Shouldn't Be a Thing. Today it's the bride or groom side. edition.
This one's really going to hit for Midwesterners. I know.
I love this
You're
one.
going to feel it deep within your souls.
It's pretty great. So stay tuned for that. Before we went to the break, we were talking about our borders. Our Tom Homan allegedly getting caught on tape. Whoopsie doodles. Accepting $50,000 in cash in a fast food paper bag, as one does.
When you're on a TV show.
Of course, undercover agents posing as businessmen allegedly paid off Homan so they could get some good deals under the second Trump administration. Trump administration, of course, dropped this investigation once they took over.
Because
He's guilty. No, allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Jean from Eau Claire is on the line and has been waiting very patiently. Good morning, Jean. Thanks for joining us. What did you want to say?
Well, good morning, guys. Great show as usual. I want to add a little topping on the cake with watching live the President of the United States addressing the United Nations.
The UN.
You patient lady.
You are a sucker for punishment, Jean. Man.
Well, I was really punished, but the thing of it is everybody's going to get bits and pieces, and I strongly advise people to go wherever you can watch, where it's taped live, the whole thing, and watch the beginning of him attacking other countries about the climate change hoax.
Yeah.
And all the damage they're doing, and we're doing so great, and our gas is down there, our prices are down there, and it's unbelievable. I thought, oh man, if other people who worked in the mental health field seen this, they'd say, time for this guy to find a pleasant home and get out of office. So take a look, guys. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Thanks a lot, and you guys have a great day and keep up the great work.
Thanks a lot, Jean. Really appreciate it. Boy, I give you a lot of credit for watching that thing because we had it on in the background, and I'm seeing things on Twitter. This posting, a senior foreign diplomat posted at the UN texted me, quote, "This man is stark raving mad. Do Americans not see how embarrassing this is?" Unquote. This is from Trump appearing this morning and talking to the UN.
Yeah, it was. I got caught snippets because I'm. If you're watching the live stream, my back is to the television right now. Jane has been able to watch it this entire time. You're welcome. But the things I've caught are things him talking about the 1920s and the 1930s. Scientists said that global cooling would kill the Earth. He was complaining, but saying he didn't need the Nobel Peace Prize.
But he really wants it.
He really wants it so badly. It really just, I don't know. For me personally, again, it goes back to what I said earlier. I don't understand how you can watch this and feel excitement. I don't get how he's the guy who makes you go, yeah.
Well, I think for a lot of his supporters, they don't watch because if they did watch, they would have to maybe accept some uncomfortable realities.
Mm-hmm.
And look at half of the Republican Congress. You bring anything up to them like, I didn't see it. Oh, I didn't read it. Oh, I can't comment on it because I didn't see that, which is a real easy out for them. But going back to what Jeannie was referring to, again, quote, "We are rapidly reversing the economic calamity we inherited from the previous administration. Under my leadership," this is Trump talking to the UN this morning, "under my leadership, energy costs are down, gasoline prices are down, grocery prices are down, mortgage rates are down, and inflation has been defeated." So there you go, you guys.
We did it. We're great again.
Everything is perfect.
I guess there's nothing much left to say, Jane, other than we're going to change this. The format of Matt and Aaron Air starting tomorrow would just be birds and birds. We're going to talk about that's all.
Just birds?
We're going to talk about birds.
All birds.
All birds all day because America is great. Nothing to worry about. Put your kids to bed knowing that apparently we defeated inflation.
It's done. As he said this morning, Donald Trump to the UN, quote, "I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell," unquote. Perfectly normal.
Again,
it's perfect.
MAGA supporters. I'll reframe the question. Okay, you may think that their countries suck and we're amazing, but is that actually a professional way to speak to anyone?
But they love him for being his authentic self. As Carolyn Levitt said when she was asked about Trump at the Charlie Kirk Memorial, saying he hates his opponents.
Yes, very Christian.
But Carolyn says that his supporters love him because he is authentically him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So apparently that's not a bother.
No, it doesn't matter.
We have news coming up next. And then when we return,
We need
some sorbet. We're going to lighten things up, we promise, and talk about best burgers and memories of Solly's in Glendale. That's all coming up. Stay with us. You are listening to Matt Nair on Air. This is the Civic Media Radio Network. We'll be right back. Good morning. Welcome back to Matt Nair on Air. Jane Matt Nair, Greg Bach, Calvi Teeny on the board, coming to you from our studio at Radio Park in Racine. You can always join us. Call or text at 855-752-4842. You can also leave a comment if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and what used to be Twitter. Don't forget our multi-state text to win Go for the Green and Gold contest is underway. All of this
Very
week,
exciting.
all of next week. Your next chance, your next keyword is coming up in the 11 o'clock hour with Tom Hartman. You want to text that in via the Civic Media app only, and then you're in the running for daily prize. The daily prize is great in and of itself. $200 in cash and gold jewelry. That's our
Damn.
daily prize.
Yeah.
And then the grand prize, 2 club-level indoor seats to see Green Bay and Minnesota November 23rd, noon game. Gas card to get you there and back worth $1,550. It's pretty great.
That's an amazing prize package.
And you have 7 chances to enter every day. Starting with Pat Kreitlow, mornings with Pat Kreitlow in the 7 o'clock hour. We have a keyword for you in the 9 o'clock hour. Tom Hartman, 11 and 1. Todd Alba in the 3 o'clock hour. Maggie Dawn, 5 p.m. Pete Schwaba, Nightlight, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
7 chances to enter, 7 chances to win in our multi-state Go for the Green and Gold text to win contest.
Good luck.
So stay tuned, yeah, and good luck.
Yeah.
This is the portion of the program we call Audio Sorbet.
Whew, we need
Where we
it
like,
today.
yes, we do. We like to lighten things up, get away from the news so we can all take a breath for 20 or 25 minutes. And this appeared in the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Solly's Grill owner calls his time there one heck of a ride as he plans to sell Solly's Grill in Glendale. And that just got us talking about memories of Solly's
Yeah.
and great burgers.
Oh my gosh. I used to live by Solly's. I used to live in Whitefish Bay back when.
Oh, so you were close.
Yeah, when Bridget and I first got engaged and we were first married, we had a little condo in that area. Like it was literally, we could have walked there. It was so close. Luckily, we didn't because I would have eaten there a lot.
Right.
But the first time I ever went there, it just felt like it felt very Wisconsin, first of all, because it's very open and you can hear the griddle going because everything's cooked right there in the moment.
So you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the burgers were, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe that the tag for them was they the original creator of the Butter
The
Burger.
Butter Burger, yes.
So, and this is no knock on Culver's at all. Their food is fantastic. Sponsor me. But their food, like Solly's food, was just so delicious, and everything about the experience was good. And they had good breakfast, and it was just a cool place. And it was always busy.
Yes.
If you're
Yes.
gonna go there, you're gonna wait. That's all. I don't know if they've changed it now because I believe when we went, they didn't have any sort of online
Reservations or anything?
So you just sort of had to say, all right, we put our names in,
Yeah.
we'll sit around
And we'll wait.
But it's definitely worth it.
Solly's Grill in Glendale is 89 years old. Glenn Fieber says between taking names, answering phone calls, flipping burgers, he has worked every possible job since he started his first day as a dishwasher in 1965.
Wow.
1965.
That's the mark of a great manager as well, someone who can do all the jobs.
No doubt. He says, now it's time to hang up the spatula. My wife and I are getting towards retirement. We're almost 76 years old. We figure it's starting to be time.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
and his wife, Mary Pat, have owned Solly's Diner for about 3 years. They've recently become more serious about selling. They do have 3 kids and grandchildren who they would like to spend more time with. He knows the process of selling a restaurant is not speedy. He says he's not in a rush. While Solly's Grill is for sale, he has no plans to shut it down.
Yeah.
So whoever ends up buying the business will inherit all of these Solly's original recipes. This is a gold mine.
This is, to me,
It's a gold mine.
I mean, honestly, like there's a part of me that says, oh, when I say the right person, the solid connection, the people they want to sell to, but it's easily a place that you could replicate just even on the south side in like an Oak Creek.
One on the north and one on the south.
But that steals the specialness, I think, then as well, because then you get into the realm of like, oh, we've got various locations, and it's not a bad thing. And I want people to grow their businesses. But to me, when you talk about Glenn and Mary Pat, which is,
sweet.
My goodness, there's something to be said about that location, still doing what they're doing and providing the food and the experience that people come to be used to in that area.
And cherish.
And what people
cherish.
Talk about as well.
Yeah.
That word of mouth. When a business has that kind of special combination of good food, good service, people who run it who truly enjoy being part of the community, that's something you want to share and you want to talk about, and it makes it worth the wait. I'm not someone who likes waiting for tables. It just provides a level of anxiety that I don't enjoy.
Yep.
But there are certain places where you say, I know I'm going to have a good time.
And I know the food's going to be good.
This is one of those places.
Mr. Fieber says the ideal buyer for me would be someone who would take over Solly's and run it like Solly's, but maybe kick it up a step.
Okay.
Potentially adding beer and wine to the menu.
Oh.
Maybe expanding to another location, perhaps downtown Milwaukee, Brookfield, Lake Country. But he hopes not too much would change.
Yeah. My only concern about that, like definitely you could put it out in Waukesha. You could do that kind of thing. My fear is always when you see those locations go to downtown areas, then all of a sudden the food is just very expensive. It gets a level of gloss that I think takes away from the I don't know,
the down home neighborhood kind of feel.
Exactly. So, yeah, whomever takes it over, and I'm surprised that his kids don't want in on it. That's interesting to me.
Owning a restaurant, though, is a lot of hard work.
Absolutely.
And it's open to close.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have a server who doesn't show up. You know who the server is? You.
Yeah, absolutely.
The dishwasher doesn't show up. You know who the dishwasher is? It's you.
I know, but when you have an 89-year-old restaurant, you have some cachet, and I mean, you have employees and whatnot. And it's surprising to me, and maybe they will come together. I have no idea, but I hope whomever does buy it does do what he's talking about, kicking it up. Don't make it go to the stratosphere right now. Just, you know.
Don't try to make it something that it's not.
Don't make it Solly's Inc.
Or Solly's Bistro.
Yeah.
Which would completely go against the grain.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Favorite memories of Solly's is what we're talking about today on Audio Sorbet. The current owner of Solly's Grill in Glendale has announced he will be selling, not shutting it down. He wants to sell it.
Yeah.
Any of your favorite memories of those lovely, dripping, juicy Butterburgers? 855-752-4842. That's 855-75-CIVIC. You can also leave a comment if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and what used to be Twitter. Roger from Stevens Point. Calvin, this is for you. I've always loved the song Burgers and Fries by Charlie Pride. Thank you, Calvin.
Oh, Charlie Pride, we miss you, buddy. We miss him. I loved him so much.
Family owned for decades. Solly's Grill in Glendale, up for sale. 93, this is from an article in the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. 93-year-old Russ Wolfer, 93.
Okay.
Has been coming to Solly's for 75 years. He and Ethel Richter, who joined him as a regular, recently stopped in for lunch. The food is excellent.
Yeah.
Says the 93-year-old. I've lived in 6 different states all over the country. Nothing comes close. And he says that while he was still working, every time he hired a new salesperson, he would take them straight to Solly's. Memories of Solly's Butterburgers. 855-752-4842. 855-75-CIVIC. Solly's grew from a quaint little diner to a national award-winning Milwaukee institution.
Absolutely. And it's a gem of that North Shore area that actually has a lot more restaurants, really great selections on it. Because, North Shore can get some flack for being, there's a mall there and it's all like, upscale, blah, blah. So it's a lot of corporate. And
lots of chains. There's lots of chains.
And those exist, and they exist for a reason. But you have places like Solly's that's literally off the freeway right there. And I feel that I'm really, really hoping that they get a good buyer who really looks at what they've created and takes it to either just maintain it or take it to another level that just kicks it up for everyone involved. Yeah, now I want to go there.
Well, and the story just keeps getting better and better. The current owner, Mr. Fieber, started working as a dishwasher in 1965. His mother was a server there at the time, and she eventually married Solly in 1970.
Oh,
It's pretty great. We will include this story in our show notes
Yeah.
if you want to take a look at this. What dedication.
You have to love that.
You do.
You have to really.
You absolutely do.
Yeah.
In 1985, his mother convinced him to come back to Solly's. She had taken over the restaurant after Solly died in 78. In 93, he bought the restaurant from his mother. That was essentially the rest of my adult life.
That's 32 years. Yeah, my goodness.
The city of Glendale is redeveloping the entire block, but they do want to keep Solly's intact, so they actually lifted the whole building. I remember that. That was a few years ago.
Yeah.
In 2000, they moved it 100 yards south from its original location. They put it up on they picked the building up and put it on rollers and moved it.
That's amazing. That also shows how the community feels about you, because there's a lot of places out there where they'll say, well, you can do the X, Y, or Z, and that's out of their control. Sorry, progress is progress, but they saw that Solly's as an investment in the community.
Another really interesting piece in this story is that during the pandemic, Solly's almost didn't make it.
Okay.
He said he was going to the bank in January of 2021. He was going to withdraw his last $500 to keep the restaurant going when he got picked by Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy.
Awesome.
Who had a fund to help more than 400 small businesses, and Solly's was one of the ones that was chosen. And that's what kept them afloat.
Thank you, Dave Portnoy, for doing something that makes me happy.
One good thing.
Yeah.
You did a good thing.
You did a thing that was good for us, and we appreciate that. I do say thank you to that. I'm glad that they were able to get that sort of
and
help.
Yeah, it's even popular restaurants.
Yeah.
Even long-standing restaurants had a tough time during the pandemic.
Businesses that were around 20, 30, 40 years folded under that. That's not lost on me, the fact that the comedy club
survived.
We opened 8 weeks before it closed. The world closed down.
The worst timing in the world.
I don't have to worry about that though now, Jane. There'll never be another pandemic again. The pandemics are gone.
Right.
We've solved it.
Especially if we don't ever report on them, then it simply doesn't exist.
Exactly. We're good. But I mean, if you live in the area, and honestly, if you live out of the area, take a day.
Go to Solly's and get a Butterburger.
And then go to, I'm going to tell you this, go to Solly's for some food, whether it's breakfast or a burger, or get burgers for breakfast. I don't mind. Then go to Atwood Park, not far from there.
Nice place.
Beach on the lakefront in the northern area of Milwaukee County, north of the university. Go for a walk, have yourself a time. Tell us about it. I'd love to hear about that.
Absolutely. All right, that is today's audio sorbet. Go enjoy a delicious Butterburger at Solly's Grill today. When we return, we're going to wrap up the show as we always do with This Shouldn't Be a Thing, Bride or Groomside edition. You are listening to Matt Nair on Air. Stay with us on the vast, statewide, countrywide, pick us up around the world and in Minnesota on the Civic Media Radio Network. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
Good morning and welcome back to Matt Nair on Air. Jane Matt Nair, Greg Bach, resident young person Calvin on the board, coming to you live from our studio at Radio Park in Racine. Join us, call or text at 855-752-4842. You can also leave a comment if you're watching on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and what used to be Twitter. Don't forget, coming up in the 11 o'clock hour with Tom Hartman, he will have the next keyword for you in our multi-state text to win Go for the Green and Gold contest. You have 7 chances to enter every day for the next 2 weeks. 11 and 1 o'clock with Tom Hartman, 3 o'clock hour with Todd, 5 o'clock hour with Maggie, and Pete Schwaba wrapping it up tonight at 7 o'clock. So you can enter 7 times. It's a different keyword every time. You do have to have the one thing that's the most important is you have to have the app.
Correct.
So go to your app store, wherever you get your apps, look for Civic, C-I-V-I-C, Civic Media. Download the Civic Media app, and then you will be all ready to go. Your next shot to enter.
Soon.
Coming up with Tom Hartman in the 11 o'clock hour, so
Yeah.
stay tuned for that. It is 10:54, just about. Calvin,
goodness.
getting a little bit late. That means it is time for...
This shouldn't be a thing.
As always, if you find a thing you think should not be, send it into Greg and me at janesays@civicmedia.us. This from the BBC, Jonathan Geddes has the byline. A headline reads, "The Wedding Crasher Mystery Solved After 4 Years." This is a good one.
That's how long it took?
4 years.
Wow.
Michelle and John Wiley had a beautiful wedding 4 years ago at a boutique hotel in England, surrounded by friends, loved ones, and one complete stranger. After the wedding was over and they're going through their wedding photos, there's a guy no one knows, a tall man in a dark suit in the back with a noticeable look of puzzlement on his face. After quizzing everybody at the wedding, nobody knew who he was.
Yeah.
Nobody could figure out who this mystery guest was. After 4 years, they found him. She put a photo up on social media, of course.
Yeah.
And they tracked him down.
Yeah.
Andrew Hillhouse.
Oh, boy, that's an English name.
Was a great name. Andrew Hillhouse was supposed to be a guest at another wedding 2 miles away. He said he only realized he was at the wrong place when the bride came down the aisle and he didn't recognize her. He said his partner had given him the address for the church.
Yeah.
So that's where he went.
Yeah.
His partner had given him the wrong address.
Turns out it was 3.21 kilometers
Exactly.
away.
He said it wasn't until, the bride says it wasn't until I got through the first few photos, my husband and I were looking at them going, who is that?
Yeah.
We asked everybody. Nobody had any idea who it was. They finally put it on Facebook. And yes, they tracked him down. Andrew Hillhouse said he was running late for the wedding. With just minutes to spare, he had pulled in at the venue at the address his partner gave him, walked in, sat down. He thought he was late.
Yeah.
His partner was supposed to be among the bridal party. Andrew sits down. He's like, I got here on time.
Yeah.
And then the music starts and the bridesmaids start coming down. And then the bride, he said, everyone stands up, turns around to look at the bride. And I see her and I'm like, that's not Michaela.
I mean, if there's ever a time you can bolt, it's when they're all looking at the bride.
He says, I was committed at that point. You
Yeah.
can't walk out of a wedding in progress. So I thought I better double down. I'm 6'2" and taller than everybody else in the room. So I was trying to hunch a little bit and get out of the way, just waiting for it to end. He said he was just on his way to work his way out.
Yeah.
And it was group picture. Everybody getting a group picture.
That's another chance.
So he's in the very back. He's in the very back. He said, I was making a beeline for the doors, and then I hear everybody get together for a picture, and I'm going, no, inside my head. So I'm in the very back trying to stay out of the way.
I think that
And eventually he got his way out of there.
I think it's very funny because I would have. You could take a big step. You could just walk out and be like, Michaela, I'll love you forever, and then you just walk out. But also, I was thinking about this. I've been married for nearly 13 years now, and I think I've looked at my wedding photos twice. Once to look at the proofs,
Right.
and twice to look at the finished
At the
photos.
album.
At no point do I look at anyone and question who they are. And there were a bunch of people there I didn't know. So that must have been a small wedding. The fact that they were looking at, and I imagine there was a picture on the wall with tons of red yarn trying to figure out who this
he
guy
belongs to.
But like, honestly, if my wife would have said, hey, who's this guy? I'm like, I don't know, probably my mom's cousin. Like, and
just moved on.
And never would have thought about it. Never would have occupied my brain. But 4 years.
I just kind of love the fact that he decided, well, I'm here. I can't leave now.
Yeah. I attended a wedding today. That was my job. I had to attend a wedding. You didn't say it had to be the correct one at the address you didn't give me.
That wraps up today's episode of
This Shouldn't Be a Thing.
Thank you, Greg and Calvin, and all of our engineers and everyone at Civic. Without you, nothing works. And thank you, most of all, for calling and for texting and for listening and for watching on the live stream. It means the world. I hope you find some joy today and you get the chance to share it. We have news coming up next, followed by Tom Hartman. Be listening for that keyword. Your chance to enter our multi-state text to win. Go for the green and gold contest. We will be back with you tomorrow. We're talking cranberries.
Ooh.
Cranberry Growers Association and much, much more. You are listening to the Civic Media Radio Network. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.